Hey guys, Drew here with Escape and Reality Adventure Co. I wanted to do my first install video with you guys and bring you guys the Renogy starter kit. I picked this up for just over $100 on Black Friday, and the kit includes the Wanderer 30, which is a 400 watt solar charge controller, as well as a 100 watt in here, 100 watt solar panel. So my current setup, I'm rocking a 90 watt on the hood and then 100 watt on top of the tent. And so about 190 watts. With good sun down here in Florida, I'm seeing, on a good day, I'm seeing about 130. I'll see about 130 watts of intake. So, which is plenty fine for when I'm traversing and I have the tent closed up. And I got the sun coming directly down on top of the truck. But if I'm sitting still for a couple days, I've noticed that I'm using more than what I'm putting back. So I think adding this extra 100 watt solar panel is going to do good things for the rig. All right, so I just wanted to show you guys what came in the box. So it came with this really high quality wire, and I believe this is about 10 or 12 feet of wiring. So it looks here. So you got what could be used as a positive and a negative from the battery to the charge controller, and then you also have your standard PV plugs, so which also positive, negative. So something else is, here is the actual charge controller. So this is a lot bigger than my current charge controller. I'll take you guys here in a second to the back and I'll show you the difference in size between this one and the other one. But this one's capable of holding up to 400 watts of solar input. So, and again, there's the solar panel in its glory. So, and finally, inside of this box right here, you have all your mounting hardware and screws and stuff like that. So I'm going to see in here what I can use and what I got to dig up out of the garage to get all this to work. So, all right, guys, so here we are here at the back. Ignore the wire spaghetti. This is still a complete work in progress. So right here is my original charge controller. This is just the Wanderer. This one is rated up to about 200 watts rather, and I've had good use out of it so far, just with the 190 watt setup. It's not going to work for the new setup, and I want to get more power going into this thing. So if I'm sitting for a longer time at a campsite or whatever, and I don't have a whole lot of good access, direct sunlight coming to the panel, this will make up for that. So, but you can see here difference in size. So I'm going to have to get a little crafty with mounting this thing up in here, but I don't think it should be too bad. All right, guys. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get everything disconnected, and then once everything's disconnected, we'll start to pull everything off and try to get this new box wedged up in there some way, somehow, and we'll figure it out together. All right, guys, so we got the old one off. Gonna be putting the new one on. It's a lot bigger, so hopefully we see better performance. I did want to say that this one also does have the Bluetooth plug. Same one. Get that to show. There she goes. So it's the same one that's actually on this one, so I'll be able to monitor this from the cab, and I'll throw some screenshots up real quick to kind of show you the layout of this. I'm pretty happy with it. The Bluetooth works really well. It's really responsive, and it also data logs for you throughout the day. So it'll show you about like a month's worth of data as far as like your intake and your output. So, all right, guys, just going to show you the update real quick. So this is what we did. So I ended up moving this over and up a smidge to clear a little bit of room here. So I might try to clear a little bit of room here in case I need to use these USB-Cs. But so did that, and then I snuck this in right there. And I should have plenty of room below here to run the wires up and in, because there's actually a good amount of space behind the battery here. That's where I've been tucking all the wires down. They just shoot straight up. So we'll go ahead and get all that hooked up, and then we'll move over to the install of the solar panel. One thing I forgot to mention is this actually came with a lot higher gauge of a wire than what I was previously running. Let's see if this actually says what gauge it is. Nope. course, it's a Chinese, so it's a 1 by 6 millimeters squared. So whatever that means. It looks maybe 8 gauge wire. I don't know. But it's a lot thicker than the wire I was using, which would make sense because I'm going to be running a lot higher of a solar input with this new setup all said and done. So went ahead and removed the battery, so now I got more space in here. So we'll get these hooked up, and then it's going to be all wire management from there and getting that solar panel on the roof. All right, guys, so as you can see, so got everything wired up. This is my positive, this is my negative. I got the negative ran back here. Negative's a lot longer than the positive, being as close to how close they are to each other. So I ended up doing something a little different because I had these plugs, they came with it. So what I did was I just chopped those plugs off at the amount of cable that I need to run them around. And I think what I'm going to do up on the roof is I'm going to splice I'm going to wire together the 2 solar panels that are on the roof so I can run them down through the same wire, which is right here. So you can see that wire right there. So, and this is coming from that 100 watt, so this will just make it a 200 watt rundown. So I'm going to finish getting the rest of this wired in, and then we'll pop up to the top and take a look up there. All right, guys, so to get you up top, show you that I got to run down to this wire room here. So the idea is put it on this side right here, run the wires down through here, underneath here, and then I'm going to pull up this panel right here and connect them below here. So it's just 2 wires just coming down to here. So we'll use the extra wire it came with, and I'll get everything hooked up, and hopefully this works out well. All right, guys, we had a little bit of a change of plans. So the brackets it came with, not the greatest brackets. I couldn't really figure out how to get them to work and or mount. Second issue I ran into, you see in the time lapse, the roof rack on top of the Stealth is not straight. It goes in at a kind of an angle. So I was like, well, problem solving. Let's go into it. So after looking around and doing some measurements, go lay down. After doing some measurements, I figured out that I can go and put it on top of the roof rack. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. I've already started. I've gotten 1 bracket mounted. I'm getting ready to mount the next bracket. So I'm going to mount these brackets, and then we'll get it up onto the roof rack, and I'm going to have plenty of cable to get it all the way to the back and get it spliced in. All right, panel right here. Tuck all the wires up there. So I can grab them. Get her up here. Sure. She's about square. She looks to be. 1 there. And 2 there. And 2. All right. Cool. Okay. Step up here on the ladder a little bit. We got to slide these bad boys as far down as we can get them. Those mounted on that side first. Okay. All right, I'm gonna have to get up here. It's not gonna be fun, but oh. There's that one. There's that one. All right. There we go. Get those lined up just like that. These ones I can get down for. All right. Slide these over. All right, we're back. I'll bust these brackets loose real quick. Set on right. All right. There we go. There's that one. And there is that one. All right. Get these tightened back up. All right. Got those tightened back up. Let's get the hardware on here and then we'll get the panel plugged. All right, let's get these hooked up. Nice and snug. Nice and snug. Nice and snug. All right, there she is. Nice, sturdy, and mounted. All right, so I got it ran through the roof, underneath the roof rack, into the bed rack, and I got it running straight down the pillar right here. So all I got to do is just pop these spots right there, undo the Velcro, and there she be. So I had a lot more cable than I thought I did. So because this was an SAE adapter that I had from a different project. So I just grabbed the SAE adapter and threw it on there. If I can get this undone, get this up out of the way. All right, cool. So here's what we're working with. So here's the wire running down. And then we'll just go ahead and I guess just run it just like this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run it in here. Just going to get a whole bunch of my zip ties, run her in here, and clip her about right up in here. And I think what I'm going to do is I might just get a Y connector and just run it straight in via the Y. So, all right, guys. So here's what I got. So I have it ran right here all the way down. I need to get this more cleaned up. I might end up buying some sort of container to where I can just at least throw all the mess of this wire in there and get it all contained. But I ended up going on to Amazon and I'm going to order a Y adapter. And when that gets in, I will put it on here and show you guys. So I'm not cutting these wires and, you know, could cause more resistance in the system and could even make it a little less efficient. So instead of just cutting wires and stuff, I just ordered a Y adapter so it'll. All right, guys, here's that Y cable. It came in yesterday from Amazon, and then I got it thrown on right after I got off work. So here's the cable that's running to the solar panel, to the top of the cab, and then solar panel on top of the tent. Runs into the single cable right in here, which comes over here into my standard PV cables, and then which runs down into here, which is the new upgrade, is taking these PV cables that came with the Renogy solar kit down into our charge controller. I'm gonna throw up some screenshots real quick and show you guys kind of what the solar input is for right now. And yeah, so if you see the wood in the back, this is for a trip that I have planned for this weekend. We're going to Apalachicola via the Florida Adventure Trail. So stick around, I'm going to be documenting that trip.